coming?
Well, there'll only be a few here tonight. That was Mrs. Pritchard on the phone just now.
Can't say I know her.
She's not able to come. It doesn't matter, though. The main thing is to get the thing off the ground. It doesn't matter, does it, to you, how many people come? I mean, you're not bothered by it, are you?
So it's just the first meeting. I suppose I'll find something to do.
Actually, I think Gordon may be requiring your services tonight.
In what capacity?
What do you like best? Taxi driver?
Oh, hear that? As soon as he's back from school, he's messing with that damn synthesizer.
Probably having a last little burst.
Why'd you say that?
Well, Mark wants it back for tonight.
Just for tonight.
Gordon isn't sure.
God, let it be permanent.
Oh, come on. Well, it could have been worse, you know. It could have been a trumpet.
I suppose. I think there's something rather stirring about the sound of the trumpet.
You would.
Remember, at Amherst, our lives were controlled by the trumpet from Valley to Lighthouse.
You're living in the past again.
Now I prefer it to those emasculated electronic squeaks.
Well, that's two people who won't be coming. If Mrs. Pritchard isn't here, I don't suppose her husband will be coming either.
That's though you're not going to have a quarrel.
Oh, I'm not bothered about a quorum at this stage. Even if there are only two of us, I'm determined to make a start this evening.
Well then, how did it go?
Mr. Bartlett, close.
No weddings overburden you?
Like I said, the more work, the better.
Fine, but let me know if it gets too much.
Yes.
Sorry about the lunch. Seemed like a good idea. Have some other time. I respect your feeling, I really do. You give me this.
I'll meet you, sister.
Nice to have you back, Petra. I mean that. What do you mean you've already done your homework?
Did it at school? Through the free period in the afternoon.
It's been a long free period.
Yeah, well, Mr. Gregory had to go to a meeting.
Never heard anything like it. In my day, homework was homework. In other words, work you had to do at home.
I wouldn't be late back.
I haven't said you can go yet.
Well, Mark got to have it since for tonight. He's playing a gig.
How old is Mark?
He's older than me.
And he's playing a gig.
Yes, at his youth club.
Well, he must have his synthesizer. Why can't he go pick it up himself?
Well, I felt obliged, you know. I mean, I begged him to lend it to me.
You see what you get for begging? You put yourself at a disadvantage.
Please, Dad. Then I could stay at the club and make my own way home.
You've never been one for clubs. What's the attraction?
Well, Mark said I could sort of sit in with the band.
Sit in? I thought that's what they did on strike.
I'd help take all the gear up on stage and then watch how Mark builds up the music. See, Dad, what you do with this synth is, first you put out a layer of sound, right? Then you put out another layer.
All right, Gordon. I've had enough of your layering over the last few days to put me in the picture.
I wouldn't be laid back. Really?
Well, it might be an opportunity to escape from this meeting of your mother's. On the other hand...
You're what? I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to get you alone or anything. No. It's more your own, more Sharista. It's nicer. I mean, the bosses would just let you get on with it. No, it'd suit me better. But it's considerate. The way you spoke to me about you pleasing yourself all the time you came in. Fair enough. But even when Kevin was alive, he kept doing me little favours. You know, little favours I didn't even want in the first place. Like lunching a candle at restaurants. She had his wife had done and got what she did. Doesn't he get on with her? No. That's something between him and her. I mean, perhaps he's lonely. Who isn't? Very nice of you to have the meetings here. And if we get some more members, if, when, that's the spirit, we may be able to hire a room somewhere. And will Mr. Collins help? Oh, yes. He's out somewhere at the moment, taking Gordon to a club. A club? A church youth club. Oh. It's all to do with Gordon's interest in music. He's a very clever boy, isn't he? Oh, doing quite well. Seems so nice. But you never have any trouble with him, do you? Oh, you try telling his father that. Excuse me.
Hello. Sorry I'm late, but there was a point failure on the way back from town.
Oh, not to worry. We're rather a small group tonight.
Oh, is this it?
You mean I'm in prison? I mean, I was so hungry I could have eaten anything. You have no lunch? My sorry. Oh, sorry about that. But the girl's supposed to be smoothing my path up this south town. Wants to be right off my shoes. Are you supposed to be on some special class or anything? Should it be? Well, I'm reading this magazine. Diet plan to expect something more. Well, I'm going to leave that to what she used to eat. Berries and puts the top, no function. Oh, I don't know. But that just give me some vitamin pills. You have to keep on going for checkups, don't you? Then they give you blood tests for anemia or something. And then you have to have all these breathing exercises. Friends of yours from the wall shop was telling me that ain't more. Michelle, will you shut up? I'm sorry, love it. It's just that I'd rather talk about something else. Alright. Shall I tell you about the Irish woman with the green ass? It's just a joke. Oh, this man will round this afternoon after see the ladies see out. Christ. Well, I told him he was out for the moment. And he said he'd call again. Well, sorry. That's it. What do you reckon? Well, I don't know. We've got bagels at number 9. Oh, we couldn't have been a bagler. Why? Because he rated that and said he was sorry to disturb me.
I suggest the first thing we do is draw up an agenda for another meeting.
Well, before we do that, haven't we better organise ourselves? I mean, an organisation like this needs a chairman and a secretary to start with. I think the chairman ought to be a man. Oh, he doesn't have to be. I should have said chairperson. Well, the only title we've got at the minute is housewife. Roger is a solicitor.
Oh, not quite.
Well, almost. Young, legally trained. Makes sense. Well, if he's willing, I'm sure he is.
I don't mind.
Agreed, then. All right.
Of course, there will always be times when it might interfere with my legal work.
Well, if you're not,
No, I don't mind. But I will need a good secretary, somebody who doesn't mind dashing about, getting things done.
well, as it was Mrs. Collins' idea, and she's had a lot of experience on committees, I propose her as secretary. Well, I suppose someone has to do the donkey work.
Well, that's settled then. I'm sure you can always call on Mrs. Grant whenever you need her. I think she should be on the committee anyway. But...
Yes, well, we won't be electing the committee until later, but if you're sure you'd like to be on it. I've nothing else to do at the moment.
Oh, and also, if there's anything more photocopying, I can always organise that.
Fine. Well, is there anything else anyone would like to discuss in more depth? Well, yes, there is. Well, it goes back to what I was saying before, really. And houses and roads are all very well, but there's something that's much more important, and that's people. I've got a family, you've got a family, and I'm sure you'll have a family one day, and there's something that I lose sleep over, and that's my kid's future.
Yes, but is that a matter for this sort of meeting?
Well, I think it is, yes. I think we should be plugging for better standards in the school, and then maybe we'd cut down on petty crime and vandalism.
Not as easy as that, Mrs. Grant. Nobody's blaming the educational system. It's the parents you've got to blame.
I'm a parent, but I'm not going to take the blame for every bit of trouble that my kids get into.
Hasn't come to be accepted. But I've got a lot of time to study this neighborhood at the moment.
Me too.
And frankly, the example that parents set for children appalls me. Bad language, lack of discipline, scruffy appearance. Some of them not even ready to attempt to find a proper job.
Well, proper jobs are a bit thin on the ground at the moment, wouldn't you say, Mr. Collins? Well, I think a glass of sherry would be most welcome at this stage of the proceedings. Glasses, Paul. Then maybe I think we ought to decide what kind of an association this is going to be.